Plenty of dungeon crawlers let you crawl through dungeons, but it's a rare one indeed that lets you build the dungeon. Hello boys and girls, my name is James, this is AppSpy, and this is Dungeon Rushes, the second of our sponsored videos for the game over the past week or so. Look at this. This is a dungeon I built with my own fair fingers. How's about that? Now, the way to get to this mode is playing through a few dungeons first. So if I close up here, I can show you by confirming and leaving. There's a little menu screen that gradually gets unlocked over the course of the game. If I go back to it, here is the main selection. The campaign is the main campaign you're playing. There's a shop for buying bits and bobs, workshop for making tools and things, but there is a work site. If I click on that, this is where it takes us. It gives us the option to build multiplayer dungeons that you can then play through yourself or chuck online and let other people play. How is about that? Now, let me zoom out and show you how this works. So if I go over here and choose the pointer in the lower right hand side, I'm going to pinch to zoom and show you that this is the thing I've created. Every dungeon has to have an entrance, which is what I've got here, and an exit, which is this here treasure thing at the top. Now, if I decide that maybe I don't want that to be an exit, perhaps I want it to be something completely different, then I can go up to this exit and say, you know what? No, I'm going to uncheck that box. I don't want it to be that. Maybe I want that to be a trap. So I can choose any one of these. For example, I can choose this one here. I can drag it over. Boom, mana siphon. It's going to take -3 from everybody's mana in the group if someone steps on it. And I'll say, great, close edition, boom. I've now got a trap up there. Of course, that now means this dungeon has no exit, which isn't really fair. So maybe I should extend one and actually add an exit. So I'm going to choose my pen tool in the lower left-hand side here, tap on some of these uncovered blocks, and bam, I can just start drawing, whoa, like this, with my finger. Now, if that's a bit mental and a bit too much, I can just choose the eraser in the lower right-hand corner and just make a more sensible shape out of it, create 2 dead ends, and then I think I'm gonna, let's say this one here in the top right hand corner, let's make that the dead end. So I'm gonna use that one, and this can be my exit. So now my dungeon has an official exit. You can start down the bottom here, like that, and then you can go all the way up here. That's what they've got to find. Now, along the way, I want to create some obstacles. So let's say I want to throw a few enemy encounters in. That's where this lot comes in. So I've already created one here, and it's done very, very simply by just taking the enemies I want and dragging them onto this 6 square grid thing. So if I want to choose this guy here, it gives you all the stats and the damage they do. I can choose to put him up front or put him behind so that the some of my characters won't be able to reach him when I try and attack. And I can just drag him in here and choose the kind of difficulty that I want to create, essentially building my own obstacles and customizing them appropriately. Same thing if I want to do it like, say, I don't know, let's say this one here. Put that there. I want to create another little wall. I'm going to make a wall of skeletons. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. And one of these green-headed necromancer dudes behind them. There we are, close edition. Bosh. Now I've got that to deal with. And so on and so forth. You just keep stacking up the obstacles. You make them sort of big within certain limits. I think it's 36 by 36 grid. You can see the edges of it here. So you can't just keep making them and making them. There is a limit, but you can make them pretty massive if you want to. Let me get rid of that one, it's come out of nowhere. There is a fun, nice creation, especially using the touchscreen, that you can just put your finger on and go, woo, just draw anything you like, and then go, no, actually, that was a terrible idea, what was I thinking? And then just rub it all out like that. It gives you that kind of excessive freedom, which I like. And of course, you've got loads of different types of dungeon. You can do, enhance the architectural office. Now, there is a little trailer which you can see for the game which shows you the other types of backgrounds you can use. So this is this kind of blue underground dungeon, but there are other options like a goblin palace and things like that. But as you build more and as you play more through the game, these will unlock as you go. Now I just hit test it. It'll have a wee think, and then I can actually dive straight in, and this is it. This is the dungeon I just created. So I can carry on playing it as if to a part of the real game. I'm going to get busted by these dudes, hoist on my own petard. And here you go. I'm now playing a dungeon game that I made, which is, you know, quite neat. If you're a more creative type, I can just start laying into my foes as I see fit. Now, if you want to see what the normal game plays like, I did a hands-on with it earlier on, just like late last week, early this week, and you can find it in the listing. Again, it's obviously all part of our sponsored content because I always let people know when it's sponsored because it's the right thing to do. Y'all, I don't try and hide it. But if you want to see how the game plays, check out the other video that came before it. And if you want to get hold of the game itself, you can find links in the About section down below. It's available on iOS, iPhone, iPad. It's about £4.99, $4.99, I believe. And if you're a dungeon crawling type, it may well take your fancy. Thank you for watching, everybody, and we shall see you next time.